Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Spoken with Steven, and this is my second time making this video because for whatever reason, the first time I tried to make it and upload it, it wasn't working too well. But anyway, on to the review. Alright, I haven't talked about this movie because I was waiting for time to pass for people to get a chance to see it, and now that it's available on streaming or on digital, which should be available for streaming on some platforms at some point, I want to talk about Nosferatu, the 2024 remake of the 1922 original and almost lost movie. Um, yeah, this was a movie I was kind of disappointed by. Honestly, it's one of those movies that when I first watched it, I was like, oh yeah, this is great. But then when I started mulling it over in my head and thinking back on it, I'm like, oh yeah, this really isn't as good as it could have been. And I think a lot of that had to do with the lighting being a big issue, with a lot of scenes being dark, but overly dark where you can't really see what's happening. This is not, uncommon for this to happen, but it's something I've noticed in a lot of shows and movies that they would have scenes so dark where you could barely make out what's going on. And I don't know if it's an aesthetic choice or if it's a budgetary thing that they don't have enough money for lighting. So it's like, okay, well, we'll film in the dark. And it's really one of those movies that doesn't have a lot of substance, which is weird considering the original 1922 movie and the 1978 remake are very solid films. So it just kind of makes me wonder where was the disconnect that happened? And I think it had to do with the characters not being fleshed out. And it really, relied on you knowing the story of Dracula by heart, like inside and out. So yeah, Nosferatu, definitely one that you could possibly skip.